Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, you took over the chairmanship, so
Well,
I figured that's the least I can do.
Oh, Greg.
I'm going to
you're
ride
so
in the back
humble.
seat, I'll just let you steer. And
All right, that clock says we have another minute. My clock says it's 6, so do we have any objection to starting? All right, okay, so we are officially going to call to order. It is 6 on May 8th. Our agenda today, first, can we have someone approve minutes from last session? Oh, I'm sorry, yes, start the recording, Secretary. I should have helped that. I even knew that. Hold, please.
okay. Meeting called to order at 6 o'clock by the chairman for us. Greg will move to approve the meeting minutes from the last regular meeting in April as presented.
All right. Thank you, second. Thank you, seconds. Fabulous. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Perfect. The meeting minutes pass. So next up we have new business. Library policy update. This is on our, you sent that as a separate document, correct? Yes. And I did have the chance to review it. Do we have anybody that has questions?
There's a lot of changes.
I had a couple of things.
Okay.
I don't know if we need to look at page numbers.
Yeah, I just took that from you. So sorry, Greg.
Well, no. That's not you. These are just numbered in different sections. So this is the section on facilities.
Okay.
And I'm on page 5, and I'm in the red line copy. This is a little thing, but it's something that I'm aware has been an issue in the past. We talked about the folks not moving or messing too much with the equipment. The room dividers, we've also had an issue in the past
Okay.
with people thinking they were pretty sure they knew how those worked, and we had to replace them.
Okay.
So if something could be stuck in about seeking assistance in the event that somebody needs to adjust a room divider, I think that would be it. And I like I say, I randomly stuck it there by audio video equipment because it said something that I don't know where else that would go. The only other thing that I had was under the material borrowing policy on page 1. It starts the first paragraph to be about the second sentence of the first paragraph. It's underlined with changes. All library resources may be used in the library by any individual, period. A valid Peabody Public Library evergreen card is required to check out material used outside the library. Would any evergreen card work for that, or am I misunderstanding how evergreen works?
No, you're right. Yeah. So valid evergreen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was thinking just to lose Peabody Public Library, because if I have a card down in South Liberty,
Yep.
I can bring it up here and use it, right?
absolutely.
Okay, that's all I have. And yes, there were a lot of changes.
The red lines made it much more digestible.
Yes, thank you for the format.
I have on page 4 of I am not on the red line version of the facilities policy.
Okay.
I think it's just a minor formatting thing, but we have smoking, and then like directly below that it says responsibility of the users, implying that we have responsibility of the users for smoking, except none of that has anything to do with smoking. So I think it's just a formatting thing. Maybe we need an underline and a space on responsibility of the users.
Oh, okay.
You see what you see where I'm at? I don't think the content needs to change. I think it's just a formatting issue. And then another one that I noticed, we cut out the entirety of the Library Bill of Rights and freedom to read and view and things like that, and linked to it. My assumption is everything that we cut out of here is or was directly copy and pasted from their website.
Yeah.
I didn't go to their website.
And I thought that, yes. that-
In actuality, that version is actually outdated, so by
Okay.
linking to the site, we don't have to worry about updating it all the time.
Right, it'll be
So-
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is good, but also does introduce the idea that we've outsourced our policy entirely and therefore have lost control of it. So just in concept, if they were to add something that we didn't love, then we would still be bound by it. Does it make sense to like date it or something, like the library, the ALA
Okay.
policy
Yeah.
as of this
Yeah.
date and time?
Yes.
So that way,
That
in
makes
case something
sense.
changes that we're not fond of, we at least get a review cycle for it.
Yep.
Otherwise, I like not duplicating the entire policy over 3 pages or whatever it is.
Right, as if it was just ours.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy to follow theirs from what we had before was fine. I just want to make sure that we're guarded in the future. I have one more, but I don't remember. Oh, in the notary section.
Yeah.
We refuse the right to notarize any items where the notary is not comfortable. Do you have any examples of what that might be?
So, this is actually a big fraud thing where people get titles and then they go to notary and so if it's something that the notary isn't comfortable with.
So it's less about the moral aspect of it. It's
Correct,
more about the legal aspect of it.
whether it's, if they suspect fraud or it's above their comfort zone as far as understanding what the legality, that's what it's referring to. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
I'm no lawyer, so I don't know what our responsibilities are as notaries, so I'll lean on Greg for that one.
They've changed a great deal over the years. They've gotten very, very strict.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that's a bad thing. Well, it's changed a great deal in the 30, 35 years since I first started getting notary licenses. But yeah, I almost suggest under that section that it's, said any notarization would require photo ID, valid state ID, it's supposed to be within the date. These are, but if you know the person, you are able to notarize things
Yeah.
without that. But yes, and frankly, it's probably not a bad idea. It's recommended in all the materials for them to actually keep a log.
Yep.
Now, do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I don't, those would be, that would be the first notary that I was aware that actually did that. in
It's
Indiana.
Darla.
But it's, okay. But
Oh, well,
it's,
then of course we
who is it?
Darla.
Okay. Okay, so that's, welcome back.
Yeah.
So, good, okay.
Okay, I don't think that anything necessarily has to change. So I'm good other than that.
Anyone else? Any other questions, comments, concerns? Review policy?
With the changes noted, the formatting changes, the other additions noted, I would move that we approve the suggested changes to the policy, again, with those supplemented with ones that have been suggested in the meeting today.
Spencer will second.
Seconds, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, clear, awesome. Next we have the director's report, and then, Mike, I know that we are looking to approve this today as well. We were given a separate packet for the kite display going up in June. So I think I would like, if we can, wait for Chris for that, if he does. So I would like to wait until after the director's report, if everyone's comfortable. So you want that, okay.
So, like, get to the right page. There we go. The building has had some HVAC issues, just so you're aware. We knew about the pipe leak, that's been repaired, and all that work's been done. They were in to do the annual preventive maintenance stuff and found some bearings on a motor that's going out. And then also our controllers, which we knew were outdated, they're causing problems where the system stops. We don't know if it's a power surge or whatever, but it just won't connect, and then you have to then contact them to come in. So I have controllers and replace that motor, more of a preventative thing to make sure it doesn't die on us in the middle of the summer. I would like to pay for those things out of the rainy day funds, which we have, which is why we have a rainy day. But that's my plan.
Do you have an estimate on that?
Not yet.
The HVAC always seems to have some kind of issue.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Even what?
In every building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems to be a common theme.
Were they any kind of leery about the need of any bond this? Like, obviously we didn't do the bond issue, so one of the things that we had wanted to address was that was
Yeah.
the HVAC retrofit
Yeah.
and upgrades. And
Yeah, so this would be a step towards that, because the controllers were one of those things that we were looking at doing anyway, because they were outdated. They were original to the building, so that's significantly out of value. So, yeah, and while they were, I don't know that they were tied together, but as they were doing the preventive maintenance, one of our sensors for the fire protection went out, and so it's fixed in the sense that we know it's there and it's not sitting in constant trouble. And once the part comes back out, they'll replace that sensor.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Does Blue Sky, because I know that the sensors are supposed to indicate when they like need a battery or they're faulty. Does Blue Sky do, as part of their services, do they do a check for that frequently?
So of course it does. Blue Sky is our janitorial.
Okay.
But of course it does. They come out and they do preventive maintenance and checking stuff annually and stuff. So, yeah.
Gotcha, okay. I think Blue Sky does those checks for the Dunwoody Foundation,
Oh, do
which is
they?
why I asked.
Okay.
So, but thank you.
We had, moving on, we had lots of conference attendance. We went, three of us went to Public Library Association conference and had really informative, educational time. Learned a lot. The two staff that I took with me are both newer to libraries, and so this was a big boost to them to cement that they want to continue in this field long term, and also they came back with just all kinds of ideas and things on how we can move forward and do better at serving everyone. Then we had a regional conference with the Indiana Library Association and ACPL. We took several staff there who were again the first conference type interaction, so they learned and just got to spend the day with other librarians from other areas, other libraries in the area. Learned a lot. Again, took a lot away. Probably one of the favorite sessions. I didn't attend this one, but several staff did. There was a session on basically reinventing your space without spending money.
Oh.
So a lot of things that we were planning on doing too, with rearranging how furniture is and stuff like that, and making it more inviting and stuff like that, was it helped them to see where my vision was coming from as well. So, but all in all, lots of good conferences. Beth also went to a Computers and Libraries conference, which is an annual conference, and always comes back with lots of programming ideas and ways to use technology better. There's a lot of stuff on AI this year. No surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff all around. The library serving communities had we had our annual big meeting. We visited all of our bylaws and our long range goals and plans and stuff like that, just to make sure we're still doing what we want to be doing, and if it match how things have changed over the years. The final thing that I'd let you guys know about was the Department of Labor final rule decision, which will affect our staff significantly. The only way for us to continue on would be to those individuals that we just barely started actually treating as salary, as exempt to change their job description to be non-exempt. Yep. Yeah. Hour, yes. Otherwise, it will break our budget for staffing. It's not ideal.
So just to be clear, when they're hourly, they will make enough money that it will be legal, but if they're
Yeah.
salary, they wouldn't be making enough money.
Yeah, yeah, so I see the thought and reasoning behind the final rule where you don't allow companies to take advantage of staff saying, oh, you're exempt, making you exempt, and I'm gonna make now working 78 hours a week, of course you do that now, pay you more. That's not what we're doing, but we're still allowed by the same rule. And so this would just go back to what they were actually doing a few months ago.
3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't long ago.
Yeah. And had I known that this was coming
Right.
this soon, I would have made the change. And the thing was, I mean, all of the job descriptions said that they were exempt, we just hadn't been treating them that way, which is why I made the change. But this would change it back to,
So for clarity, nobody really works overtime on a regular basis.
no one works overtime.
Okay.
And even with the exempt, they're still working 40 hours.
Right.
One week they might like 42.
Paid,
but
paid or
they're
unpaid,
Yeah.
nobody's working more than the
No.
40. So if we change them back to non-exempt, then they'll still be working the same rough amount of hours, they'll make the same
Yeah.
amount of money. It's not really going to materially affect, it's just a paperwork change
Yeah,
at this point.
it will not affect them in any way. Other than making it, they have to watch that they are out at 40 hours. Sure. Making sure they are, makes it harder to, oh, someone called in, I'll work.
Because if I recall, one of the reasons we did it was because of the flexibility in
Yeah.
scheduling that we don't have yet.
But we did do that through the board, and we approved that
Yeah, we
Yes.
change.
Yep.
I will move to return to non-exempt status as hourly wage employees. Is it 4?
5.
Five.
The heads of departments.
The 5 department heads. That was great.
Nikki will second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that passes. Thank you for staying on top of that, Mike.
Yeah, that's the amount of email chains on the serves on this libraries.
I bet they're a bunch.
There's a ton, because I was talking to a colleague, and if this goes through the way it is now, they're looking at losing staff. There's no way they can keep who they have. They will have to cut staff. We don't want to do that. So, was there any other questions about other reports? The staff did lots of things this last month. The Eclipse party went well. Good turnout for that. Kelsey is doing amazing up in youth services.
I like the formatting of Kelsey's.
Yeah, it was so cheerful.
It fits her department.
Yeah.
We've also rearranged lots of stuff and trying to organize, make things more inviting and make sense and flow better. Made some changes to the team layout, team layout as well. So all kinds of good stuff from Chelsea. Yeah. Any other questions?
Well, I just wanted to point out, since it's on here, and congratulations on being appointed or asked to serve as vice president for your
Yeah,
communities.
I think I was taking a bite of dessert at the time that happened, because there was no one else wants to do it.
But still,
Yeah.
it looks great on the resume, and we're happy for you, and that's something to be excited about.
We don't want his resume to look good.
He said that he's happy here, so
I am happy here.
that's a good indicator. You gotta keep him happy, Spencer. That's
The other thing that, and this is for you, Spencer, Maddie, put this in there for you, for the served and unserved statistics.
I was going to comment.
So,
On both that I'm thankful to have the numbers and that I'm disappointed at how low the numbers
Yes, yes, we are not reaching nearly.
are. Any indication of what comparable libraries would expect?
I could probably find that.
Like just looking at it, I'm like, that doesn't seem great. You know, 27% of people have a card.
Yeah.
But what's that compared to ACPL and South Whitley and Chubasco? And obviously ACPL is a very different target demographic. But
Yeah.
I would be curious to see those numbers. If there's some way to access them, I have no idea if that's the thing.
I'm sure we can find something. If not, we'll reach out to a bunch of libraries and have them.
I'm also curious how many, and this is probably be borderline impossible to figure out, but I'm curious, you know, we have a total population of almost 16,000, 5,800 card holders. How many people are using their mom's card or their wife's card?
Yeah.
Like, it would be interesting to see. I think maybe perhaps another number to add for context would be how many households we have rather than the population. But then again, trying to figure out the number of cardholders per household would be pretty challenging.
Yeah.
So, you know,
There is software that we have access to called Library IQ that does a lot of that stuff, so analytical stuff. So we might be able to pull that household number or look at different.
yeah, so I guess
Individual, and look at the addresses instead of.
Sure, that would work.
Yeah.
I also don't think it's a bad idea to just ask staff and see, like, just get a radar, like, if they're like, oh yeah, that happens all the time, or if it's, you know, it's not.
They know, because I never use the machine to check out.
That's what I was thinking too, is that, yeah, I can send anybody, you know, as long as they put the right code underneath it, they can check it out in my card, if I could to do that. You know what I mean? Self-checkout?
No, I know. Oh, okay, so wait, you're saying that that's what you use?
Yeah, I only ever use
Self-checkout.
self-checkout, so they wouldn't know if I'm checking out with my card or my daughter's.
Right, okay,
Anecdotally, I mean, they could look it up, of course.
that's fair. I still feel like they probably have a good sense of what's going on. Well, I guess maybe not with cards. I don't know, just,
And our self-check isn't used as much as other places. We still do.
Surprise, I'm the weirdo.
We do have a lot of people that, well,
Speak for yourself, I just said that, but I do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I do the
Sometimes.
self-check as well, but no, we still have a lot of people that like to interact with us now. So,
I do too, just on the less.
Yeah, they do make it sound a little unfriendly.
No, this is great. I do think like it would be a good number for us to, I know we keep track of this number, but I've never seen it as the numerator using the population as the denominator on a regular basis because our population is constantly changing.
Yeah.
So even though we're growing card holders, I know we had a report a couple months ago that we're growing again. Great. But are we actually growing as a percentage of the population? I still don't know. But awesome, thank you, Maddie.
yeah, and now that Manny has this, it'll be easier for her to keep hold of those numbers.
Cool.
thanks for that. All right, are we ready to move on to claims? Sounds like it. Everyone please, turn to claims. It's typically on page 31, 34.
Oh, I didn't think about that. So, this is the package.
Oh.
Actually, this is probably more likely to be the spare package. Actually,
I did notice on the encumbered report
We
that
get those
we're running
packages
real
sent
high
out.
on freight this year. Is that because
So-
of the
so- that's okay.
delivery issues that we had?
I had it wrong.
Okay.
And we have also had, like our, I want to say our raised bed that came, I don't think that shipped UPS, that came different, some of those types of things. But yeah, as those costs and stuff go up, that affects that always.
What does the word reality mean?
That is our library fees, so stuff that's not books.
Okay.
Real
Stuff.
items. Yeah, stuff, not books.
I remember asking that too.
Start myself reasonably.
Junk and stuff and things. Bric-a-brac.
It is the end of the day as well.
Spencer will move to approve the claims.
Greg will second.
Greg seconds. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, claims pass, or yes, claims pass, sorry. Next, I would like to discuss the, June display. I would love a walkthrough of this, Mike, just to kind of understand maybe the concept.
So these are the books and films that were identified to pull from our collection and put on the display, which again will not be in children and teens, but will be in the adult area. And so you have a list of the books and films, and then the signage, the posters and stuff like that will be that, the visuals that will be on. That's what these mock-ups are.
Okay. And are these just gonna be on the, like, on a pegboard in the collage, or?
So the display that's currently in the teen room, I think that's what we're using, is like 3-tiered, it goes around, it's like oval shape. That'll be moved out, and so that'll be on that.
Okay.
So conceptually, the idea with these books is we're saying, hey, you're a parent, you've got a kid that's gay, bisexual, or something along those lines. Here's some resources for you to deal with that and learn more about it, right? Like these are learning materials for that specific.
We have those type of non-fiction type things, but we also have fiction titles that are feature an LGBTQ plus character or are written by an individual that identifies that way, or even biographies. There may be a biography or two on here as well. Yeah. So one by George Takei's.
It's quite good. I've read it.
Yeah. Just bringing awareness to individuals.
So are you looking for a motion to approve here?
I don't. So last month,
I thought this was just FYI.
yeah, last month, Chris, after you guys approved to move forward, Chris asked to see kind of what we
Chris had requested, that's why
Yeah.
if he's gonna be late.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the last item.
Let's look at his copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see anything outrageous on here that I don't think would be
And these are available all year long.
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, thank you so much for your team for providing this then.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's, oh,
I will move to adjourn.
okay. Greg moves to adjourn.
I'll second.
Nikki seconds for the last.
Is that Nikki's last?
Officially signing off.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you. Thanks for being
All
part of
right.
this.
Yes, thank you so much. And welcome.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Awesome.
Good group.
All right, I think that's everything.
Okay.
We are adjourned.
I would be here more often to see people, but I read very slowly.
Do you read very slowly? Is that
Yes, I am.
So you go ahead and just hold it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm gonna give that to Joel because it gave me the materials to see. So. I get this on. Okay, so welcome. So it's good timing.